I worked with a guy. He was a right winger. He was a Teddy Roosevelt stan. He was not a dummy, but his politics were horrific. He was just like a normal Republican way back in the day. And then he became this MAGA militarist guy. He's not unique in this respect. Like, there's several people that I knew from the national security state world who back in the day, if you asked him what are your politics or who's your favorite president, they would say with a fucking straight face, Teddy Roosevelt, who was an imperialist and a white supremacist. And these guys today, they wouldn't, I mean, now that we're in Trumperialism, who knows? But like today, these guys would not identify as imperialists, but they did identify as Teddy Roosevelt stans, and he was an imperialist. And so today, what's fashionable for them to talk about is themselves as like classical geopoliticians. They take a classical geopolitics perspective, right? Which is like a reference to Alfred Thayer Mahan or Alfred Mackinder. And these guys came up with concepts for empires navigating among other empires at the expense of everybody else, at the expense of the darker races. Every single one of these Teddy Roosevelt stands that I know from the national security state, they are all MAGA heads. So there's like a section of the national security state that is like openly aligned with MAGA and like national conservatism. We should have seen it coming. You worship at the altar of Teddy Roosevelt. Of course, you're going to fucking like Trump. Now, like, they're the ones who are going to strategy wash all of Trump's Greenland stuff, Panama Canal. They've been jerking off to the Panama Canal my whole lifetime, these guys, you know, because again, Teddy Roosevelt. So they're like, you know, they're so fucking horny for Trumperialism.